ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Space Engineers. I'm your host, Quantum Tater. Quantum Tater, excuse me, Quantum Tater, say hello. Alright, we are here aboard the Yeetus at our V2, getting ready to throw our poor rover at the planet. I think that's going to be the plan for today, is to, yeah, throw the rover at the planet. So we've got quite a bit of stuff to transfer. Well, it looks like it already has quite a bit of cargo container stuff in there, so what we need to do is see about throwing... That's interesting. I don't... Huh. I thought that I had... Very interesting. Last time, right when we logged off, there was a meteor storm detected. Fortunately, it does not look like I was impacted. My helmet is on. We are going into space. Today, we are going to throw the rover at their planet. Thruster packs are on and ready to go. Let's go ahead and pop in here. Ooh. Need to make sure we've got hydrogen full there. Oxygen's both full. Well, mostly full. We can handle that when we get down to base. So really the important thing is going to be yeeting ourselves. So what do we have in here? We have our gun and some ammo. We have some health packs, radiation pins, etc. Also health packs over here. Perfect. Our rocket launcher, perfect. Okay, so we need to get this stuff out of the other cargo, or we need to get this stuff out of this guy over here. We've got to come into here. What do we got in this? We have some ammo and some rockets. We need all of that. Let's make sure that's completely empty. It is. And then we're going to need, I don't know if we're going to need a flare gun and our extra set of tools, but we're going to grab our extra set of tools and our flare gun. Did I have anything inside you? I don't think I did. Let's see. Does not look like it. Although I think the storage bin is actually elsewhere. I don't think it's actually at the bed like that. Well, let's go over there really quick. We'll go ahead and toss this stuff into the, if I can get it into there. Now we should also see, if we say parachutes, all the parachutes are loaded. We should be safe. Should be. Are we? I have no idea, truthfully. That's we probably aren't safe, if I'm being honest. You know what I ought to do? I also should probably like put at least one storage container in here, one cargo crate. But let's go ahead. We'll put our gun and the bullets for our gun there, and then our rockets with our. We won't do that at all. Okay, that's okay. Well, let's put the flare gun. You can have the flare gun. We do need one cargo container. This doesn't have a large grid, small grid. So let's do cargo really quick. I think it's crate is what they're called, or container. What are they called? Anybody know? I have no idea. Let's find out. What are they called? I literally cannot remember. Freight. Does Barrel have a small grid? Let's find out. Oh, Barrel does definitely have a small grid. Okay. You know what? We actually have barrels on this thing, which can be used for such an occasion. Look at that. We can put the barrel. There you go. Look at that. Let's go ahead and we'll call that 8, and then we'll put 8 of them over here so that when this explodes violently, we don't lose it all. Let's see. I thought I had a little locker space in here for foods. I guess for now we can throw this into the seat there so that it's got it. Okay. That's done. We need to come into here. And we need to check. So the rover. I want to say we had silicon and iron. That yeah. Okay, we do. That's great. That's good. That's great news. First aid cabinet. First aid cabinet. The fridge. The fridge has health. That's important. You need that. I definitely want as much of the iron as possible, and nickel, and cobalt, and I want it all. I want it all. I need it all. Oh, it's all in the prototype refinery. Hey, that's a great place for these things to be stored. Yeah, I like that. I like it a lot. That's a good place for this prototype refinery to have all that stuff in there. Small warfare reactor, we definitely have that. For the cargo that is not connected to this guy, it would be small cargo container. Just in general, small reactor, that's on the guy there. If we look at all of the containers, it looks like the bridge helm, captain's desk's got some food in. I'm going to leave it there for when we get back to space. Cargo crate, empty. Corridor narrow storage has some food and some parts. We're going to grab those. I think we have the space for it. So that'd be a good idea. And then Chad had mentioned that one of the things we should do is the release mechanism for this should be at 0 degrees, so that basically at full swing, if we look sort of down the barrel of this here planet, at 0 degrees it would release right here. And I think he might be right. I think he might be, or we would do it at, let's see, what are we at now? We would do it at like -10, so that, yeah, we'll do it at -10. And I think if we click this guy here, let's do -20. I want to be sure. -20, this guy yeets. Okay, we've got, that's closed. Right? We got everything out of there? Yeah. Perfect. Let's go into here. I'm going to leave the food because I don't think we need it, but I wouldn't mind having these guys. The power cells will be useful at some point for sure, I think. Yeah, and so what we're going to do today, this is kind of weird, so I apologize. This is coming in late today. So sorry about that, guys. I really appreciate you guys being here and being around for all the things. It just so happens that, did we name this guy real quick? Let's take a look. We did, Out of Survival Kit. It just so happens that as a result of my wonderful vacation for my fiance's 40th, we got back late yesterday, and I just didn't want to try to squeeze it all in. I thought to myself, you know what, we could just not do that, and then still be all right. We'll be okay. So, and that's what we decided. And I'm pretty excited about that because, you know, you're getting fully conscious, not been on the road for 12 hours, me, which is, you know, for a lot of things better than my normal condition, I think. So that's wonderful. So yeah, we're going to be doing that. I'm going to get this loaded and I'll pick you back up here in a second and we will go over the game plan. Alrighty. We're ready. We are as ready as it's going to be. Now this should, as stated, launch hinge, when it gets to -20%, it's going to turn off the launch connector. And then we have, so that's this guy. Thank you for that. And then we come over here. And if we look at this connector, this guy's settings, basically, if I can get in there, and we go into the event controller here, launch event controller for this guy. Basically, once the launch connector is, or the rover connector is disconnected, what it is going to do is turn on the rover ion thrusters, and then it's going to set the override to 100%, and we're going to boost towards the planet. Now I'm going to have to probably do some minor course adjustment once this occurs, just because, yeah, that's what's going to have to happen. Yeah, really quick before we get into this, let's go ahead and batten down the hatches. Get that guy locked in. We can sit here for a second. This is not the main cockpit. That's weird. It absolutely should be. Why is it not? Controls everything. Main cockpit. That's weird. Why are you the main cockpit? You should not be. Because you can park. Thrusters, wheels, gyros, handbrakes. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Something's happening. something is, we're already having a malfunction. Let's go ahead and shut those down. Why did that happen? Why did park, oh, goodness gracious. Main cockpit, handbrake, the reason, that's what's happened here. This is supposed to be my turret bad boy. Let's go ahead and lock that back up. Good grief. Okay, now we gotta check the event controllers again. Launch event controller. It's connected. The good news is the thruster is absolutely turned on, but it didn't seem to matter. Okay. That is interesting though. I'm curious to see. Okay, that is very interesting. I don't know what that means for anything. Let's do connectors really quick. We're gonna do this launch connector, and we are going to turn this bad boy off. Um, we're gonna want 0 strength at the end of this. So here's what's gonna happen. Real quick, we're gonna read down the list. So shout out to Lord Cass. He said he's eagerly awaiting the Yeet. You and me both. It's gonna be an interesting flight. I need to make sure my gyros are turned on, and they are not. So we'll go ahead and get those turned on now, so we don't forget. Road trips are always so boring. Yeah, even when you skip a whole bunch, it's true. It might have been better to park the adder near an asteroid. If nothing else, it's got protection from one site. Um, Yeah, yeah. I thought about moving it, but honestly, like I'm okay with it where it's at. Like it's just well, this is the screenshot, isn't it? That's what we need right there. So once we get this jam rolling, it's going to be interesting. Shout out Chad. Impression of small grid medical lockers. They weren't meant to hold a bunch, so like 2 to 3 med kits, a couple of radiation things, is about all it does. Indicated that I wanted my launch rover downward of the ship, so he was the one who's saying I need to switch it to 0 degrees so that it lets go. Basically, what he is saying is, so this arc, if we, let me see if I can get this to pop up. No, I can't. So we can get out of the ship real quick, and I'll show what I'm saying. So basically, at 0 degrees, it lets go here. So if we're flinging at 0 degrees, it lets go right there, and it should. And then, so by doing it 20, it's going to let go kind of at an angle and throw it kind of this way, but then we're going to have the thrusters kick on and we should be able to navigate ourselves towards the planet a little bit better. I'm going to have to manually reload this turrets up front. Yep. And he said maybe don't take it into combat. I don't think I'm going to take it into combat mostly because of this very expensive chunk of gear right here. This kit right here is probably the reason I wouldn't want to take it into combat, just because that's a pretty expensive piece of things to lose and we can't really replace very easily. Um, so he said focus on getting the base up and running, power, O2, algae, and then explore. So the plan for today, and then he said popcorn ready. It's going to be quite the show. I agree. It's going to be interesting to say the least. And then shout out to Clyde. I actually don't see a comment from John today. I am shocked. Um, shout out to Clyde though. He did say he's looking forward to launch. I'll have to wait until next time. He says it looks like I'm prepared, and I am trying to be prepared. And it's interesting. I know that that's not at this planet because it's way further away than that, but it looks like that unidentified signal is from this planet. So yeah, this is the game plan. We need some epic B-roll of the ship, and I don't know how I'm going to. I understand what that is. I know why that's checked now. Okay. So real quick, let's get the camera over here. We're gonna put it on this guy here. I'm gonna get some shots of this cockamamie contraption, and then we'll do the launch, guys. So yeah, get ready. Okay, small grid. That's interesting that it's not actually named, but that's okay. We're gonna. We got the camera set up. I think now the only thing to do, honestly, is to trigger. So yeah, we're gonna grab a save just 'cause Lord knows what's gonna happen. So plan for this, like I said, we're gonna eat the planet. We're gonna scout for a place to start laying down roots, and then more shenanigans from there. That point right there is the P gravity, so we have to make it 600 meters downwards in order to get this thing into the planetary well of gravities, and then at that point, it's just good luck from there. So let's go ahead and go to timer blocks. We've got launch timer 1, and we're just going to go ahead and kick it off, and we're going to watch the chaos unfold. That's what's going to happen. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, let's jam. Oh, oh no! Oh no! Ah, nothing, you didn't see that. Nobody saw that. Huh. I would not have guessed destroy special edition. I would not have guessed destroy special edition Prototech refinery would be on my list of things that were going to happen just now. That is in fact what happened. We're gonna. I mean, nothing happened. What that was a simulation for testing purposes. Oh no. Okay. We're gonna have to go a little further back than the quick save. That's you know, that's okay. That's okay. We're gonna. I'll pick you up in a second. Okay, we're back. Simulation. Uh. Uh. We have a little bit of a problem. I think what we're gonna need to do. Maybe we're gonna. I should probably have this out really quick so I can see. So what happened is I actually don't know what happened really. But basically, the first launch, we did a little test. The first one, we went, it just blew the entire, this refinery up. It just nuked it. So we're going to relocate these to a different location, and maybe that will help us not take tangential damage. I don't really know what happened there. That's really strange to me. So we're going to see if we can't get that corrected. Uh, I suppose the whole... Okay, so that's that. That should be that right there. I don't know why. I think we're gonna have to set that. I think Chad may be right on the event control. We may have to set that at an earlier stage so that it. I think what's gonna have to happen first, we need to do the timer 1. Let's go here. Um, in the middle of that, trigger action, setup actions. This thing can be extend to 10. That's fine. We're gonna set this. This can be a 5-second timer. And then timer 2 is going to have to be, let's say 15 seconds, just to make sure the thing has a chance to fully extend while it's up. And then let's go ahead and I'm going to have the launch ions there. And then, so what we need to do to make sure for the other timer, or the other event controller, let's see, event controller, launch event controller rover on this side, connectors there, select that. We need to get rid of this guy. We're going to say turn on, and then we're going to increase thrust over or set override percentage. Set override percentage to 100. Confirm. And that should turn the boosters on. So now that the area of play is cleared out, to launch event controller, let's grab this guy, set here. No, that's fine. When that thing is off, equal less 3 rotor hinge, we're gonna say, let's do 10. We're gonna do, no, not 10. That's not right. That's not right. Oh, goodness. This is one of those, this is a dumb that has happened currently. Power on, switch lock. Okay. -10, we want that there. Oh, goodness gracious. Go ahead and recharge our stuff one more time. We're sitting here burning food. We're already down 7 food from this shenanigan. Okay. So, we're gonna try again. Yeah. Let's see what happens. We're gonna close all the doors. Let's make sure those gyros are turned on. They are. Perfect. Okay. Now, in theory, this time it should work a little smoother. Let's go ahead and grab a save. We're saving at 11:56 is what that says. Okay. For page 2, we're just going to say timer, launch timer 1. Let's go ahead and start. And then let's grab this camera here. We're going to I want to get a little bit. Okay, and I think this thing should be pointed. Let's go ahead and lock it onto our rover. Okay, locked onto rover. Perfect. All right, we ready? We're gonna try again. All right, here we go. Cue epic music round 2. Let's see what happens this time. So we got a 5-second to go up, and then 15-second wait. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're extended. Here goes the countdown. Here goes the yeet. It's free. We did it. We did it. Look at it. We're flying. We're falling with style. Thanks, Buzz Lightyear. It's incredible. Let's all watch as this goes horrifically awry. No damage reported. Let's do a quick systems check. All systems are green. Engines at full. We are currently switching view. Inside view, we are currently accelerating to 43 meters a second. All systems are go. We are going to tilt. Get ourselves, let's go towards the sun side. Get us a little bit of a tilt. We're tilting, we are tilting. Beautiful. Look at that. That's the sign of success right there. I think the yeet without the thrusters would have worked, John. I know you didn't comment on this last one, but I think this would have happened. All right, let's that's an incredible shot right there, I think. Are we in camera view or not? Okay, cool. Yeah, look at that. Just falling with style. Cool. Need a epic zoom out. Let's see if I can speed this camera up a little bit. Let's get a little further out. Look at that. Look at that shot, guys. And if we take a look, let's go ahead and check inside the cockpit. We are currently 0. Oh, we're at 0.8. So the gravity well has us now. We're going to the planet one way or the other. Whether we want to or not, we are headed towards this planet. We are cruising at, looks like we are at 123 meters a second. I do believe we can, minus some minor course corrections, like I can tilt up and see if I can get a little bit further that direction towards the sun, because that's the direction we're going to want to drive. It looks like the equator is the area that'll always be in sunlight appears to be up at the top or to our left, and then so I think we can go ahead. We are at max speed. I think we can go ahead and kill the ion engines, save some power. They are no longer doing us any good. We are now just plummeting towards the planet. I would like to say thank you to everybody who's helped me go on this journey. And actually, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to crank those bad boys back on, and we're going to see if we can't turn ourselves. I want to get as much towards that direction as possible. So we'll see if we can't give ourselves a little bit of adjustment while we're doing it. We're about to be losing effectiveness of these things, and then it's all up to what gravity decides for us. Our atmospheric thrusters they're not in a group, which is surprising to me, but let's go ahead and get those rover atmo thrust. Get those put in a group so that we have them. That's forward and reverse thrust, basically. It's nothing special. Gyros are on, as evident by the fact that we are able to do all the things we are doing. I would say for all things considered, this has been pretty successful. We can grab this right here. We can say atmo thrust, launch thrust. We can toggle on off. We don't need that there. We can put those on there too. Why not? Air vent, what do we got here? Rover thrust. I'm not sure what that is. Oh, I think I just called it rover thrust. I think that's what's happening there. So we can actually delete the rover thrust group because that's not as descriptive as I would prefer. All right, we're at maximum speed, and I believe the efficiency and effectiveness of these thrusters is lost. So now it's just a matter of gravity. Now, if we look at our parachutes, these are all set to open at 1,000 meters. I think we can drop that a little bit. Do we want to? I'm not going to play with that. This is a terrible time to test whether or not that's going to work for us. So let's just hope and pray that 1,000 meters is enough. We're going to be landing in the dark. It is what it is. Thank you guys for coming along for this ridiculous journey. This is the type of stuff you get to do when you have good ideas thrown at you and bad ideas thrown at you. You get to throw stuff at planets. We're the invading force here, and this is all we're invading with: an unpiped set of guns and 2 piped sets of guns and 1 Gatling turret. So I'm pretty excited. So for this episode, obviously we're going to do this, and I hope you're enjoying so far. And then for the next episode, I believe our plan. I may not get to have a break in between. I may not get to read the comments in between this one and the next because I may just keep recording today. But I think we're going to scout. So once we get to the planet, we'll start scouting, and then next step, setting up a base. But let's take a moment and do this in silence. I think this is going to be funny. About 4,000 meters now. Ooh, we're going into a basin, it looks like. I see no signs of ice. That's okay. Here we go. Do a little tilty tilt, see if we can't get ourselves leveled out a little bit. We should be. Huh. I had the weirdest dream just now. It was almost as if um my parachutes weren't set to auto deploy. It was very strange. It's the weirdest, perhaps the weirdest dream I think um I've ever dreamed. Um, the weirdest dream I've ever dreamed. Yeah, it was strange. It was the strangest thing in the world. Let's see if we've done our ion. I don't think we have. We've not. We can go ahead and put the ion thrusters here for toggle on off, and then just in case, I I think it might be a good idea to have those ready to deploy in case our altimeter decides, no, I'm not interested in doing you any favors. It looks like we're dropping straight down. I believe the engines have lost all effectiveness, so we are, at this point, just letting Jesus take the wheel. We are at 12,000 meters, as you can clearly see. Very, very fun. We are cruising at a whopping 140 meters a second. The math there on that. let's just take a what do we think? That is real fast. That is let's just for that's 313 miles an hour we're currently traveling. In case you didn't know. And look at that view, guys. Look at that. That's incredible. And no bad things have happened. And we have definitely not speed reloaded a single time. So that we can have a start on this planet. Because this starts the 2025 Apex Tangent Numero Dos, although Apex modded tangent. It looks like we're going to be falling into a nice little ravine here. We are sitting at 2,000 meters. We have deployment in about 1,000 meters. Let's see if it happens. Sure hope it does. That would be great. If it doesn't, I'll be sad. Um, both things can be true. We have full deployment, and we are upside down. Why are we... I have quite a bit of... This is interesting. And wholly not good. This isn't how a rover is supposed to land. I checked with the... I checked with the doctors, and they said that you don't want to land on your face. Oh, but the music. Listen to that. I mean, this isn't going well, but it's not going bad either. Just a soft touchdown. We'll make sure that we, you know, um, just a soft touchdown. We've got enough shoots. At least we're carrying the weight. That's a thing we didn't think was going to be the case. We're 50 meters from the ground. Oh, this is going to hurt a little bit. Yeah, it did in fact hurt a little bit. We are down. Rather violently, I might add. Let's go ahead and handbrake is on. Let's check damage. Dang. We lost air tightness. That's going to be the biggest thing that we lost right there. Well, it could be worse. It could be. We do have a projector, so if we want to go ahead and slap that down, let's do projector. I think we even blueprinted this guy. I believe we did, yeah. So let's go ahead and grab this. It's not oriented the right way at all. It's yeah, one way, by the way, if you guys don't enjoy how not transparent this is, what you can do is you can go into your game options. Go options, games, I believe it's a UI and UI opacity, and you can kind of crank this down. I think right about there. I think it's doesn't need to be super bright in my opinion to still be a good UI, and then you have a little bit easier time rotating this. We're gonna assume that yaw is the right direction. It's not. Roll. Nope, not pitch. Pitch it is. All right, let's do the pitch. And then we're gonna vertical, drop it down to about there. And then we need to bring it back to right about there-ish. And then it looks like vertical needs to go down like 1. And maybe horizontal. Let's see how we doing. Oh yeah, we're doing pretty good there. Projector one more time. Let's do horizontal offset. We'll say, and then vertical. I think we can honestly go down to beautiful. Look at that. And then it's just a matter of fixing what we got. Hopefully we have the parts for it. I think that we do. It feels like we do, but for some reason I can't click that. There we go. Let's just go ahead and grab all that stuff. And we'll get this repaired real quick. And then we've got to get on the road because we should be. Why won't you let me grab that? It's really strange. It's just absolutely not letting me add that to the list. Okay, well. We can do light. And then I believe it's just a headlight. So we can actually just come down here and say, Click that guy right there. Why is this not working? Offset spotlight. That's what that's supposed to be. Why can't I? Good grief. It's giving me some trouble today. Components withdrawn. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful. It's like it was meant to be. All right, let's do this. So first and foremost, let's go ahead and crank this thing on and see if we've got air. We do. We can breathe. Perfect. That's what I like to see. Everything else looks like we didn't take too much damage. Let's check block count. We are good. Let's check projector. I don't think I turned on keep projection, which is going to be dumb. It means I have to reline that thing up the next time I go through all this crud. I did not keep projection. So we did finish it. All right, let's get underway. This thing should have plenty of juice, but just in case, we're going to grab the wheels. I don't think I put them in a group yet. So all the wheels. Go and do that right there. And we're going to say, we're going to get this to 55. And we're going to say strength. We're going to get you up to 50. All right, let's get going. My thing is, let's head north. I feel like north is the direction the sun was headed. It's that or we go against the sun. Ooh, we can also go check out that supply post. That's not a bad idea. And then from here, we just kind of get going. And I should have, I don't think the script is running. I'm pretty sure I had a programmer block specifically for the brake lights, but I don't think I had it. I may not have had it put on here. Let's see, we would have had power grids, advanced brake lights, check code, run. And that should, I would have had to, I don't know. We need a name for this guy. Right now it's just going to be rover until somebody comes up with a cool name for it. Or I guess it's technically the proto rover because it has a prototech thing on it. So that's technically what that is. Oh no, I'm evacuating it. No. Is this thing turned off? That's good. We can probably, let's go ahead and take these things down. There's no reason to risk them getting damaged for no reason. Because they are no longer a functional thing in our system. Let's go ahead and get that done. I don't know why that's not welded, but it's not, so there's that. The brake light here should be, there we go. Perfect. I know, I need to get 2 buttons put on this thing. One for exiting and one for entering. Let's go ahead and, all the wheels working? They are. Let's see that programmer block, make sure it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. Why did the, okay. I feel like maybe... something's going on here. Interesting. I don't know what it is. Browse scripts. Refresh. Advanced brake lights. Copy to editor. Check code. Beautiful. Hit OK. Okay, well that's not doing what we want it to. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn off both of those guys because they're effectively not being brake lights right now. So that's okay. The other thing I think it would be important to do, let's go ahead and stop the vehicle. Man, thinking about it now, we should definitely go ahead and get the missiles out of here because if those things get blown up or blown off, I imagine it's going to get more violent than I would prefer. So let's get those dumped into there. Go ahead and get up in here. The other thing we can do really quick, we can say event controller. So first we can say door. Let's go ahead and do this. We're going to set this up. We're going to say rover doors. Beautiful. Get that set up, and then we're going to say event controller. We have this launch one that we no longer need for that, so what we can do is we can say, basically, we can say open closed. All I have to do is find it. Rotor hinge altitude, block, blah, 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 blah. Connector locked. There's one in here, door. Okay, so there's do that, and we'll go ahead and put both of these doors on, left and right, perfect. And what basically we'll say is action when open, close, and when closed, open. No, don't do that. Just basically just when open, closed. So when this thing is open, is there a timer block on this thing? I don't think I have a timer on here, so we're gonna have to. I don't. Okay, so so basically what it is will be, and right now we're decompressed, right? So when open, it'll immediately close it, and that'll just be for, so we make sure the doors are always closing. There's a fancier way to do this, but for now, that's gonna do it. The timer I would say would like when open, trigger timer to close doors. We could slap a timer in like right here, and that would be what we do. But we're not gonna do that right now because we have to get underway. So. Here we go, guys. We're going to start scouting. How about a little bit of time lapse while we stare at Mars and look at this UNAT supply post? Let's do a little driving. Nighttime driving. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Get our rover on. Ooh, that's craggier than I expected. All right. Back at it. It is much craggier than I expected. That's kind of weird. Let's go ahead and crank on these turbo engines. See if we can get ourselves moving a little faster. Something feels a little weird with the rover right this second. I don't know exactly what's going on, but it feels unusually slow. What are we rubbing on something? It just feels slow. I'm gonna check our wheels real quick. Something's going on. Steering, propulsion, check. So wheels forward and aft are the steering wheels. Allow parking brake. The forward ones we can actually unallow parking brake and brake. In general, air shock, invert steering, that's fine. Huh. I don't know why it feels so sluggish, but man, it does. I know this is a 200,000 pound rover, but 200,000 kilo rover, I guess. But it was just going at a pretty good clip just a second ago, and now it seems like it's dragging. It almost seems like... Huh. I don't know. Let's go with this unknown signal. It almost seems like the back wheel is... We decompressed? We are decompressed. Okay, perfect. It almost feels like the back wheel is wrong. Short wheelbase, suspension right. Okay. We're facing the right direction. Facing the right direction, facing the right direction. Left. Oh, now it's already moving better. Weird, right? That's weird. It's like the parking brake only came off for some of them. I don't know. Very odd. This is a deep ravine. We are in a little bit of a pickle with how deep this is. But keep an eye out for vegetables, guys. Keep an eye out for vegetables. Or, actually, I believe that's a mushroom over there. Get 'em! Get the mushrooms! Is it? Oh, it is! What? First find of the day. We've already got ourselves a mushroom. You know what we need to do? Just to be on the safe side. Oh, that's not right. Here are a couple of things actually. I need to come up here. I need to say, look, you can have this. I'm operating on some craziness right here without that. Okay, mushrooms. Heck yeah, we did it. Oh, you know what we could do? Duh, guys. What is that noise? Guys, we can sleep. It's not nighttime. It's very evidently daytime. Yay, look at that. Ooh, it's bright. We found our first mushrooms, and we get to sleep. That's wunderbar. Wunderbar, wunderbar. I don't have any cargo access inside this thing. That's a mistake on my part that I did not anticipate having. What to do about that is nothing right this second, but we do need to get moving. We got to find ourselves a place to be. Oh, and this unknown signal, which is the whole reason we drove this direction. That is the place to be. I already see another mushroom on the horizon. That's crazy how many mushrooms there are. That's... I mean, I figured there'd be quite a bit since it is their only source of vegetables, but does that mean we're basically going to be eating mushrooms and algae? And we also need to keep an eye on that because, well, let's see what we got. Yeah. I also, thanks to Splitsy, found out that effectively the reason you don't get a notification is Steam apparently now doesn't notify you if you get a duplicate item. And so if you're not seeing a duplicate item, or if you're not seeing an item from any of the from any of these things, it is very likely because you already have it, and so Steam doesn't feel like you should have to see it again, which I don't know if there's a way to turn that setting off, but there you go. Hey, we already got ourselves our first seed. We got a fruit seed. Am I getting radiation right now? I'm not. I thought this planet was irradiated. I know I have irradiation turned on, but we're gonna need a cargo access somewhere that is not. We're gonna need a cargo access. It's not the roof. That's gonna have to happen. Let me in the hole. Okay, let's get going. I have not so smooth voxels. I believe that's one of the mods that I have turned on. And I gotta say that wall, when we were approaching it, felt like a very, very, very unsmooth voxel. So there's that. I don't think it's a big deal right this second. We're currently not needing our thrusters, which is fantastic. Those are really more of an emergency thing. I have 3 forward and 2 reverse, I believe, is the thruster count for if we were in a pickle. But we're just gonna head this direction. We're kind of heading eastward. I don't really have a plan, so enjoy some sweet, sweet driving music while I find us a place to call home. We've only had a couple of minor hiccups, if you don't count the emergency reloads. But I mean, nuking a Prototech refinery upon launch that's reload worthy, if there ever was a thing. Guys, I may have made a slight mistake in that I definitely don't have an ore detector on our little ship here. That's a real thing that happened. I didn't even occur to me. You know what I could do though? We're gonna go ahead and slap one on because we do need an ore detector, I think. And I think I have most of the components. So let's go ahead and just hey, you know what? That's as good a spot as any. Detector component. I don't have one detector component. That seems illogical. Well, whenever we get a detector component from an unknown signal or something. I know we were going to go up and look at that supply post, but honestly, in this moment in time, I don't feel like it's necessary. We need to find ourselves a place to call home. And the only way to do that is to drive. It's just like that song says, shut up and drive, drive, drive. And I'm going to go ahead and, while we're driving, turn off a few of those wonderful markers that I have for us in space that are no longer necessary. Although the P-gravity one is just when we could escape P-gravity. And I see some more mushrooms, so let's go ahead and head that direction. We're going to test this out. So I've got depressurize on. When door open, depressurize off. Or depressurize on. So that's okay. That's what's going to happen. So that way I can just... I need another event controller, honestly. But, oh, don't do that. Don't accidentally press the jump button. We're not trying to do that. Okay, let's go find us some ice. I don't know what ice looks like on this planet, so... I mean, I think it's green or red. I don't think it is the normal colored ice. But we're going to go up top this hill and see what is what. We had some minor damage. I'm pretty impressed with how little chaos was caused by all of that. I think we were very fortunate. Or I just have exquisite design. We can blame it on that. That sounds like a good idea to me. You guys be the judge. But don't judge too harshly. I don't think we need to judge per se. Oh, I see green over there. Maybe we need to go towards the green. We are not having a good time getting up this hill. That's for sure. So let's go ahead and... yeah, this is a lot of hill for this rover. Alright, back to the music. I need an if then so that when in cockpit turn on... Can you... that's an idea. Because you can do events. Events can also be controllers. If we look at the internal air vent, so we look at like just this one set of actions, there is a way... Nope, I don't know the answer. I was going to say, you know, you can use them as triggers, but it's not in that way. So we just have to find ourselves some ice. That's really the plan here. Find ice, will travel. Have ice, will travel. I know that we're looking at ore right here. I don't have an ore detector, so I can't really produce one. I don't think the survival kit can make detector components. That'd be super cool if it could. I don't think it can. It can't, so I don't need to really look at that, but we can take a look at this stump up here. This rock up here is definitely going to be resources we can utilize. We're not really in a resource starvation mode. We have plenty of resources, as it were. So if we come into here, we're going to go ahead and grab 2 of you guys and put 2 of you. But we have these rocks that we can try to make sure we're utilizing when we get to that point. What do we got here? What do we think? This looks like silicon rock, if I had to guess. Oh, magnesium. Well, that's useful. That's just you know, just in case. Magnesium's beautiful. I wonder if oh, we'll do that in a minute. We'll fix that in a second. Let's go. I'm going to turn the projector off. I don't like the noise that it constantly makes when it doesn't have a projection. It's obnoxious. Above all else, it's very frustrating. Alright, I don't see anything that looks like ice. But that's okay. We'll keep driving. I'll probably just pick you up here in a second on the other side. That way we're not nothing but time, what's it called? Time lapse. Nothing but time lapse. We'll go ahead and get you going to some other stuff. The rover's not meant to be able to drive up that, so I don't plan to try. That's more of a fly up there and see what's up there, as opposed to attempt to drive up there and see what's up there. Well, so we've had the rover still seems to be misbehaving. I may need to creative mode and repaste it to see if it's got something going on, but I do see an unknown signal falling from the sky, and to me that's good news. This isn't a terrible view. You can't really see out that way, but you can at least see out this way. This was meant to be initially a combat rover, so visibility wasn't a huge thing. It was mostly like find enemy, drive past enemy, shoot enemy in face, that kind of thing. That was the basic idea of this rover. It was actually for my first season. I started to build it so that actually it was for this season. I started to build it so that the Malafor could potentially carry it, was the idea. And yeah, this one looks to have some radiation leakage. One of these is bound to have us the thing we need, which is a detector component. So maybe we'll get lucky. It's not this one by any means, but that doesn't mean. I hear lots of noises. This place is full of noise. Look, I see some other stuff. So here we go. Yeah. Let's see. I think the projector is still making noise. I'm gonna have it turned off. Please stop making sound. Thank you. Let's go. All right. The mag rock back behind us. We're gonna find us some ice. I'll pick you up when we get a little something going on, or the next unknown signal, just to kind of give us a break. And yeah, we'll see what we can get from there. Oh shoot! Wow. Things I didn't expect to happen. Random shoot deployment in the midst of. Man. Random shoot deployment in the middle of all things. That was what the hell? I guess I technically had them auto deployed, but I didn't. Did I get 1,000 meters? That seems inaccurate. Did I damage anything down here? I didn't. That's great. What about you? Are you good? Everything's good? Weird. Man, you gotta love all the randomness. This is quite the thing. I don't love. You know what? Now that I have this rover with the proto rover with this prototech component on it, I feel like epic. Would you look at that? There's a freaking rock right here I didn't even see. Thanks to my parachute deployment thing. What do we got? We are looking at cobalt, I would almost guarantee. Yay. Um, GPS cobalt rock. Yeah, I don't know, is what I was gonna say. I don't really know. We've got ourselves an ore processing facility. That could be an interesting base start. Let's go take a look at it. I don't see anything that looks like ice right this second, so we'll just go ahead and drive, and I'll pick you up when we get a little closer to that guy. Unidentified craft, you've entered a restricted area, leave immediately. Oh, okay. They don't like us. Well, what if I don't like you? Oh, that's a that's a pretty serious gun. That's an assault cannon and a Gatling cannon. I'm not trying to pick a fight really. I wonder if they'll let me drive past without lighting me up. Because I see a pathway back behind the base I'd like to drive up, and maybe we're gonna see if we can drive past these guys. Because ideally I would like to go up that thing behind them and get past them. But if they're gonna be violent, I don't want to get my rover blown up immediately after landing. We've already had to repair it from the crash, from the parachutes not leveling this thing properly. I would prefer not to add a secondary amount of repairs, um, although it is part of it, I guess, as they say. I would just like to go past you and above you. Is that okay? Are you okay with that? Will you shoot me if I do this? Whee! You know, oh, sorry tree, my bad. Deforestation's real, kids. That looked like damaging some stuff. Do I have any damage blocks? I don't. Why? I feel like my event controller is once again screwing up. I'm having a lot of problems with this here guy. Air vent depressurized off when open. I think I have it set up to repressurize, do I? I shouldn't, but okay. Alright. Eating some food really quick, just to kind of keep the food up. We're going to sneak by these guys. We're not sneak by. They obviously know we're here, but we don't plan to get into combat range. We already are in combat range. We don't plan to engage them in combat, I guess is what I was trying to say. Come on, wheels. I know you can do it. I know this thing's heavy, but get over yourselves. Let's get some boost going. Maybe we can turbo ourselves over this. It's because we have so much weight in the back. Well, in this whole thing, really. It's just a heavy beast. It's well defended, but it's not meant for combat, and I am not planning to take it up against an assault cannon and a Gatling gun. That just doesn't sound like a good idea right now, and this base is not an ideal location for me to take it as my own. I would prefer to have a base up on the hill, I think, up higher up. Any kind of canyon where sun can be blocked for a lot of the day doesn't sound like a really good idea to me. So we're going to go ahead and crank on the air. We're going to hit the boost button, and yeah. See if we can get up this hill without rolling over, crashing, exploding, etc., etc. And I will pick you up once we get up there. I don't know if we're going to be able to drive up this, guys. This is a lot of... We're cranking the strength up. I'm at 80% trying to drive up this thing. This is a heavy rover is the problem. And it's not like we're on a slow incline. We're at a pretty steep... pretty steep incline here. And I don't know why we're having so much trouble. That's crazy to me. No, I know we weigh a lot, but strength at 100%. I guess we're not going over this hill, is what it looks like. It's going to make driving this rover around much more difficult than I expected. So, the hill's the last. Here we go again. Let's go. Let's go see. Where is that dropping? Up that hill. Of course it is. Maybe if we got enough speed, we might be able to ram up this thing, but I don't think that's the right plan. I can't even stop the guys can't even stop me from going down this hill. So I don't know what the answer is, but I know that this is not working out well for me. So we're gonna slowly turn around, not too fast, so as we flip, and then we're gonna give it another college try. All right, we're gonna make an attempt at the hill again. I want to get out of this ravine, and that's the direction to do it. I don't know. We just weigh too much. I put in too much. I should have done like 5,000 of each material instead of 12,000. I'm over prepared for building a base down here on this planet, and that is what's happening. So we found some mushrooms. We've got some fruit. We just can't do anything with those things until we get a place to live. And a place to live is up that hill, is my guess. Could be wrong, but I don't feel like I'm wrong. So we're just gonna, hopefully, it just seems like the wheels are not, I don't know, maybe I'm just seeing things. But we're gonna avoid these trees, maybe. Probably not gonna avoid. We're gonna ram these trees as a testament to our violence. We're going to not engage in combat with those people. We're gonna drive up this hill at maximum speed. So here we go. Take two. Driving up the hill. Son of a... Look, I can't even... It's not that steep. The vehicle's just too heavy. Oi. Stop. Why are you not braking? You should definitely be braking. Menu list. Brake on. You're just freaking flying backwards. Cool. Okay. Well, let's do this. Let's, if at first you don't succeed, slap a big ass thruster on your ship. Did I not get any parts for this? Oh. That's not helpful. Yeah, we're stopping now. Okay. Close this up. Eat that. Brakes off. Power on. One booster. Look, I'm not above using the tools I have. I brought parts down here for a reason. We're getting up this dang hill. I need to be on top of this hill. I need to be out of this ravine. And I don't want to go to war with those jerk faces right there. They're already being mean. I don't know them. They don't know me. Ooh, come on, you could do it. This thing just weighs too much for its power. The wheels are not enough to lift 2,000 kilograms of armor. This is a flatland vehicle if I've ever seen one. But that's okay. We're gonna make it up this hill with our super thruster, and then the problem will be solved. And then we will figure out what the heck we're doing on the other side of it. And maybe go get that unknown signal because it's probably got a seed in it. There's a vegetable right there, or a mushroom right there I don't want to crush, but I also am not going to pick it up because we are on our way. Let's go get the unknown signal real quick, and then let's see what the heck's up the top of this thing. There we go. Look at that. We are doing great things. Go get this unknown signal and see what we see at the top of this dang hill. We see weird plants, some greenery. Green's nice. I don't like how glossy it is when you're looking at it. It looks kind of gross, but that's okay. It's okay for a guy like me. Just got to keep on trucking. Keep on keeping on. I think we can make it in 7 minutes. We get to this thing, there's going to be something good in it. Maybe a vegetable, maybe a radio component or detector component. That's really what we need. Detector component, radio signal. We could do it. Let's go. That's what we're hoping for. Not going to combat this round. I know that would be way more entertaining if I decided to go to war with that thing, but we only have 2 autocannons that are fireable in this moment, which I need to fix that, and that is on my list of things to fix. I should probably put up a board like things I got to fix today. Okay. Poor guy. He just can't catch a break. You didn't find anything special. Hey, we got fruit. Oh, what? What? And it's almost that was cheaty. That looks cheaty. I'm not gonna lie. You guys should be suspicious. I'm suspicious of it. Um, and I'm the one driving, and I didn't do it, and I'm suspicious of that. So that's a thing that happened. I don't want to show on HUD. Let's go ahead and get this thing cranked up. Oh, we don't have long range ore detectors anymore. I think I turned that off. So let's go ahead and jump up here. Put all that stuff in there. Okay. Top off. Look at that. I cannot believe we just got a vegetable and a fruit seed. That's some broken stuff. Maybe not broken. Broken's probably not the right term, but it's definitely like, why did that happen? That's suspicious. But okay. Suspicion is part of the game. What do we got? Oh, we got some not rough terrain. This is very rough. Ugh. I probably can turn off that hydrogen or that atmospheric engine. I probably don't need it to crank out these hills. But hey, silicon. Hey, nickel. Hey, silicon. Hey, nickel, magnesium, and silicon. Yay, look at all the stuff we're getting. Whoa. Okay, before we go crazy. All right, we're going to use a little bit of our hydrogen. A little flight mode. That's the ravine I feel like we just crawled out of. Let's do a little looky-loo. What's that? That looks like ice. Can we get to there from here? If we go this way. What direction is that? Southwest? Southwest it is. South-southwest, guys. I wish I had a parachute. Like for my person. Ouch. All right, let's go south-southwest. You know what we need to do in addition to this? We need those doors placed on a block right here so we can say, actually we're just going to say closed. I can go blap, turn that on. I'm going to back this thing up. We're going southwest. We are not going to drive this direction. We're going to try to go southwest, which, you know, is at best suspicious. South-southwest, that's north-northwest. We got to go back this way first, and then we cut across. All right, once I get to the ice lake, I will pick you guys up, and then we'll wrap there, and then next episode we start the base building. We're going to build our little The little bungalow I showed you guys last time. We're going to put that guy down as a projector and start the building process of him. And then from there we will expand and get our farm and stuff going. But algae stuff first. That's goal numero uno, is the algae. And hopefully we have enough resources to get all of that taken care of. If not, I guess we will then work on building a miner and all of those things as a tool of whatever. We're going to check out this nickel rock though. I'm going to mark it on the map. Well, look at the position we find ourselves in currently. Ugh, good grief. Can't catch a break. Override controls. Okay, it's not this one. Interesting. This does not appear to be... My override controls are not working. Get me out of there, please. This is very helpful. Go ahead and put you in there. Good grief. That was a lot of work. We got there. We got there. That's the important thing, right? Supposedly. That's what they tell me. That's the important thing. We got there. Okay, south-southwest is where we were going before I unfortunately decided to have a quick rollover. We're going to go ahead and crank the atmospheric thrusters back on. And before we do that, though, I am going to take a quick ponder. Are we heading in the right direction? Because that rollover has confused me. My lizard brain. We are right over that hill. Okay, perfect. We just got to go straight. In fact, if we stay in this ravine passage, we should be able to do just fine. Okay, let's go ahead and close all the doors, lock all the bay doors, and carry on our wayward son. And we will see you once again once we get to the dang lake. Ice Lake is ours. Okay. Oh, I have the perfect idea. The perfect idea. We're going to build on this island right here. Whoa, 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 whoa! No more turnovers, no more rolls, no more anything. Just get to the bloody lake. You know, this thing being heavy armor, I thought was really cool when I built it. Thinking like, oh, heavy purpose, heavy duty. No, heavy armor is not good for exploratory rover. This thing is garbage at exploratory rovers. Didn't have enough jar power to actually flip itself over. Hey, I see the lake. I see it. Oh, gosh. Okay, let's slowly descend. Slowly descend. Chaos ensues. Oh, good. We're bouncing. That's nice. We're going to stick to the left of this green right here. We're going to slow descent. Oh, that's very vertical. We're going to keep on keeping on. Okay, keep on. Down, 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 down. Slow. Oh, turn, turn. Oh, no, no. Turn, turn. There you go. Turn, turn. Oh, Jesus. It's okay. We did it. We made it to the lake. We're on the ice. Sweet Christmas. We're just gonna slowly go. Let's take a look. Beautiful. It's icy. It's what we've always wanted in an ice lake. Um, I kind of like this little corner here. I think I dare say we may just park ourselves right on this here island. I think that's what's going to happen. I believe we have found home, ladies and gentlemen. Trials, tribulations, um, definitely, definitely no incidentals, nothing to report to the insurance companies at all. We've been just flawless in our execution of all the things we had planned to do today. And now we're down on the alien planet to start Apex Part 2, the 2025 modded series begins now, guys. Um, I don't believe, let's see, Shift B. I've not died. So that's okay. And I don't want to die. Um, we're gonna lay down roots. Next episode, we start building our base. That's what we're gonna do next. We've got plenty of ice. I think what I'm gonna do is I will have probably one static ice drill specifically for the farm. They won't be connected. And then I think I might build a doom pit. Doom pits are cool, right? They're fun. Everyone loves a good doom pit. Probably not right away. We got to get a little survival hub up first. I'm also going to check my settings because I don't feel like radiation is happening. I don't see radiation on the side over here, and so I will validate that I'm properly being irradiated by this here planet. And then maybe we go pay those guys a visit and ask them why they were so rude to us before. But let's not do that with our only means of survival plus our proto refinery. That sounds like a bad idea if you ask me. So, if you guys enjoyed this, you guys know what to do. We made it to the planet. Next episode, we are going to start building our base and we're going to get the roots set up. We're going to plant. We're going to start farming in the next couple of episodes. This is Apex Survival, slightly modded. And yeah, guys, I will catch you later, taters. Let's see. I bet we might be able to wave because I had to reload when I crashed. We sure can. Look at that. That's amazing. That's amazing. Let's give it a little stretch. And as always, be kind and stay ornery. Bye.